So tonight we are going to cook a Cook's Tour the Middle East menu. So we are going to cook 5 dishes. So the starter and the main course. And the dessert is there. So we're gonna add the tahini dressing. Here you go. We're gonna mix them in a small bowl. And we're gonna add a little bit of lukewarm water. So we're gonna boil the green beans. That's green beans. We're gonna boil them. Gonna add pressed lemons. Gonna take 2. Nice man. There you go. That's preserved lemons.
Made that mistake so you don't have to. Right, so that's fine. And I've got
Right,
my
it's
lemons them
private.
to one side. And I'm just going to use knife here. Now, just going to cut them into half. You can do this however you want to. The biggest thing to remember when it comes to using these is they do have seeds. And picking small ones over big ones isn't necessarily a gauge as to how many seeds are inside them. I wouldn't sweat it so much because we're not Michelin star dining here. Just take out what you can see safely. And then, quite frankly, if you're ready to just slice them, the other seeds will just come out. Okay, so just going to quickly slice them nice and thinly. You do not have to work this quickly if you don't feel comfortable, and you can finely chop them if you prefer. Okay, they're just going to be really pretty and also add bags of flavour and season all the green beans really. So obviously the green beans are going to take some time to cook, so whilst they're doing that, you can kind of move on to the next one, making sure the morning prep is at least done. These to one side
So
for now,
next
okay?
we're gonna do
Now,
the
you've got your
pastry.
here.
So
What I am going to
here
need to
are
do, I've
the
got some fresh mint here,
recipes.
and it's an idea to shred that
Pastry,
now, get
puff
that
pastry
prep ready, because then
rectangle,
everything's ready.
dried
Fresh mint along
rose,
with some of the bits
figs,
that we have.
honey,
I know you guys are quite
pistachios,
generous, 'cause
and I think we need
so,
the
we have
mint as
more
well.
than enough here. And I'm going to give you
So we're gonna prepare this one, puff pastry rectangle. So here it is. Wow. Oh, very nice. What? Let's set aside this one, these two. The next we're gonna add a whipped cream, passion fruit whipped cream. Like so, like this. Wow, that looks nice. So I'm done doing that. I'm going to chop a mint. Yeah, let me remove it first from the stems. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll it and just following the instruction of the chef and slice it like so.
Keeping an eye on the beans.
So it
Don't
should
worry,
be
'cause
like that,
you
yeah?
can't really overcook
Then
the
set
beans
aside.
per se, so I wouldn't sweat
Yeah.
it. It's just nice while you're doing this to just keep an eye on it.
And
I
then
don't want
we're
to
gonna get
distract you so much that you're not paying attention to what's there.
Figs.
So
Figs.
we also have some figs that
Yeah.
have been packed for you. Keeping an eye on the beans.
So it
Don't
should
worry,
be
'cause
like that,
you
yeah?
can't really overcook
Then
the
set
beans
aside.
per se, so I wouldn't sweat
Yeah.
it. It's just nice while you're doing this to just keep an eye on it.
And
I
then
don't want to
we're gonna get
distract you so much that you're not paying attention to what's there.
Figs.
So
Figs.
we also have some figs that
Yeah.
have been packed for you.
So they are packed nicely. Figs, look, they're beautiful, beautifully packed. That's the figs. They're beautiful, right? Look, looks fresh as well. So I'm gonna cut the stem. And we're going to slice it. So now I am gonna slice it. Set this aside, the mint. Slice it like so. Gonna do the same thing here on the other piece. Same slice, like so. See? So now we're gonna add the figs at the top of the cream. Like so. Okay. Like that. So what I'm gonna do next is to add the pistachios at the top of figs. Like this. Okay, like so. See it? Okay, and next I'm gonna add the dried rose petals. Looks nice. So what am I gonna do next is to add this one at the top, yeah, and we're gonna do the cream again. Okay, it's just so easy. Like so. careful. That's it. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna add the figs like so. Okay. Okay. And add everything like so. We're not gonna waste it. So okay. I'm gonna do the figs again. Okay. Next is the rose petals. That's it. And then, so we do still have leftover cream here. So what am I gonna do is to do like this again. We're not gonna waste any of the cream, so let's just add it like this. Still more. Do like so. There's still more. That's it. And let's put it at the top of it. That's it. And then next, I've got honey here. I'm gonna put at the top of the pastry. Right. That's it. Okay. Just do like this, yeah. Okay, we're done, and then let's put pistachios again at the top. Wow. Okay. And then dried rose petals again. That's it. Okay. So we're done with the dessert, guys. Okay. So we're gonna go to the next menu.
All served on wide, big platters, or even the small plates, like when you have mezze, you can see that sometimes it would be like an aubergine dip or a yogurt that would be spread out. It's because it's always about abundance.
So
And
we're gonna
there's a real
add
emphasis
the
on
dressing that I
entertaining and
made
hosting
a
and
while
cooking
ago.
for other people. And anyone that's not considered somebody that lives under your roof is a guest. Doesn't matter if they're a blood relative. You really pull out all the stops within your capacity of, budget, and you're going to really spoil them. So we like for people to have that little wow factor and have lots of little dishes on the table for tasting. They don't have to be super fancy, but it's colourful, visual. There's a yogurt, a salad, a meat, a rice, that kind of vibe, should we say. So I
So
kind
we're
of
gonna
like that.
mix the
They don't
beans,
take
the
that
green
level of care,
beans.
but, I'm still learning, and it does often mean that I make huge portions of everything. Yeah, exactly.
But that's a nice tip also for everyone at home, because you're sure everyone on burger at the moment has sort of sharing things.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
It's good to know that you should go abundant in a sort of romantic
effective to stretch something a little bit further and plan it for 1, 2, 3 meals. You know, it's very much how we are in the Middle East. You know, food traditions come from poverty, hunger, you know, times where something became popular because that's
Gonna
what people
add
had
the
to
lemon
eat,
that we cut.
pickles and preserves and things like that. So I can understand it, and I think, yeah, go big. And moreover, all these dishes, if you were just cooking the full recipe at home, they keep really well, apart from the fig milfoil. So you can make a tub of this and have something to sort of go to, you know, a little bit later on. And I kind of like quickly with
Yes,
my
of
hand.
course you can.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Lovely. Now, because that tahini is thinned down, you definitely have a hope of getting it off your hands really quickly. Okay, now just a little sprinkle of pepper. Now, what I like about pepper is not only is it a seasoning, but it also makes things look very pretty.
Yes.
So I kind of treat it more as a key spice, really. And then you have lots and lots
Then a
these
bit of pepper.
onions. Lovely. So that's
That's
2
it.
dishes completed. Yeah, nice and easy.
It's absolutely delicious.
And full of flavour as well.
Wonderful.
Ultimately.
That's the salad done.
Happy days. Right.
Great.
So, move on to the next recipe. Now this is the carb. So
You go.
very important.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the
So
second
what we've got
recipe.
is this
Oh, sorry guys, I forgot to add the toasted pine nuts. Here you go. Here you go. That's it. That's it. This is the second one. I just forgot to add the toasted pine nuts, but here you go. So our next menu is we're gonna hit the frikif mix at the pan.
substantial meal, but because our stew here in this instance today is fish, I thought it would be a really nice pairing with that. And because it doesn't have chili heat in it, again, a nice match for the okra stew. So you can hear it sizzling. Now, when something sizzles, that's when you want to keep it moving to make sure, yeah. Herbs.
Next, I'm gonna chop the parsley.
Middle Eastern countries, because Persians use dill, parsley. We use everything apart from woody herbs like rosemary, thyme, and some oregano, really. But we love the fresh, soft herbs. But parsley is very much like tabbouleh and a lot of the Middle Eastern dishes. So you can use the stalks if you like. They're packed full of flavour, great for stocks and stews. So if you want to discard them, just freeze them. They're really, really delicious and a great addition to other dishes. But for here, we just want the leaves today, and just chop them as best you can. If you want a chopping technique, best way to do it easy is keep your fingers out of the way, just move your blade around, nice and simple. Okay.
You have a different technique for every herb.
Spicy.
So next we're gonna add the
something to
yogurt.
cool it down and complement it, and that's really what the yogurt is doing. We're just going to put little dollops of it all over the place.
And then we're gonna add.
Also, if you're serving it, you sweep your cutlery through it at some stage, and
You're
you're
gonna add
bound to
here.
get a little sort of
I think this
flavour of
rice,
yogurt
yeah.
here and there, and I kind of really like that. There you go. Lovely. And then a little bit of parsley. You can always. It's just quite naturally pretty.
It really is.
Use them all. Don't hold back, because there's quite a generous amount, because it's so delicious. So it's quite simple, but essentially it's all
I'm
these
gonna add the
components that
parsley,
are well thought out and make
ketchup.
something so delicious and give you textures and sweet flavour on top of spicing. Sugars especially a nice contrast and complementer of spice. So here we have it, another one done. Probably one of the most common used.
Then next we're gonna add the onion crisp at the top. Smells nice. Alright, like so. I like this. Like so. And that's more than enough. So here you go. Our third menu is done. We'll go to the next menu. So our next menu to cook is the okra and tamarind stew. We're gonna put it in a pan and heat it. And this is the fish. I'm gonna slice it into 8 pieces because we are 4 here, so we're gonna be, to each share to each portions of fish. Here's the okra and tamarind stew. We're gonna heat it in a pan. So here's the okra stew, tamarind and okra stew.
Just means that they cook evenly and you've got this
Now we're
perfectly
gonna cut the
tender
fish.
So I'm just going to leave that here. Give my hand a quick rub. That's okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. So what I can do is just tell you that you don't even have to get us back in there exactly as you did, Charlie. Excellent.
Yes.
Perfect.
The model tune.
So you really are.
Just slicing it to cubes. Okay. We're gonna add it in the tamarind and okra soup stew.
Accidentally broke down the fish.
So we're going to add the fish.
Don't worry about it. It's still going to be delicious, okay? So, we can do that now because it's...
That's a lot hot.
Yeah, it's good, and it's sort of bubbling away really nicely as well. So, you can see it's hot in the pan. That's really the most important thing. Bubbles, but not so aggressively that you've lost moisture. And bear in mind, fish has a water content, obviously, like most things do. So that is going to add a little bit more liquid in there. So it's good that it's on a hot temperature, but it doesn't need to be searing. Okay?
Now we're gonna cover it.
Lovely. May I please give that to you to put in the sink? Thank you.
Wow, we had some dishes that
Check.
Yeah, what a fantastic selection.
Tim was like, actually, I think that's delicious. So those at home, this is your moment to get the red out.
Okay, so what I have here is got this beautiful steak. Now, I just have to say this because this is a gorgeous sirloin steak. Now, I love this fat on the steak, but I have asked them to cut this off because what we want to do is have beautiful cubes of lean.
So our next menu is the beef. We've got Lebanon cream to mix. Got butter for frying. We've got chili flakes, crispy shallots, and spice rub mix for the meat. So I'm just gonna slice the beef. Slice it into cubes.
And then
Stuff the steak into a
all the
bowl.
flavours and everything you need right in here.
And that's your secret spice.
And
Yeah,
then we're gonna add the spice rub mix.
It's got everything you need but some flavour really. And then a you know, you can immediately smell heavy notes of cumin. And cumin is really, can be overpowering. A lot of people are surprised at sometimes how much cumin I put in some of my recipes, but
Then
you
you're
just have
gonna
to
mix
understand
it.
how spices work and how to balance them. And here they have butter and yogurt and herbs and other, you know, sweet onions. So you can't go wrong, really. Okay. The one thing I would say is it's really kind of important that you get the temperature of the pan on super high.
Then we're gonna reheat the
Now,
pan.
if you're cooking with gas, every country is made at home, but
So add a bit
the
of
reason
olive oil.
the kebab skewers are flat swords a lot of the time is because it was the Persian Empire soldiers that would go out as they were conquering, and then at the end of the night, when they were done conquering, you know,
And mix it.
still allowed
Because it's
somewhere
quite
and skewer it
brown.
on their sword, then they gave it the name kebab, but obviously cooking meat on an open fire is a long-standing tradition. So I'm just going to quickly wash my hands again, thank you. So by lifting it, look at that, perfect char. You want to sort of get
Okay,
that
we're gonna
red char
char
all
the
the way
meat.
around. So, and because they're small bits of meat, you kind of want to move them around fairly quickly. And just give them as best you can. Yeah, so I'm toasting the spices and really waking them up, but at this temperature, if you move on the risk, if let's say you tenderline down to it, you want it, you know, you want it all together, then you do risk the run the risk of burning the spices, and if you just want to do that, because some spices are particular risky, but it's not going to be doing what we're doing, and we are devoted to this stuff. Because whole spices contain a lot of oil that is going to have the best that they have, but actually I'm sure you supermarket doesn't include that technical part.
It's like it's charred already. So we're gonna prepare the labne. It's like a cream.
But I place emphasis on flavour, so that's really what I want. Absolutely. So I could just do it here.
We're gonna put the
because
labne
I've got
here.
it all, yeah. But what I'm going to tell you is wait until the butter is melted before you put the pul biber in, because it prevents it from burning, especially if you've still got it on the same hob. There you go.
We're gonna spread it like this, like
Another
so.
spatula. You see, it is a well-equipped kitchen. This is my third one, and I still, no problem, no equipment missing. Okay, now just quickly incorporate the butter. And as soon as the butter is melted to butter, and it has this slightly
Do like so, like
citric
this.
with lemony, slightly bitter vibe about it, but it's not mind-blowingly spicy. So again, everything in balance, and the yogurt, of course, is really cooling.
I'm so excited about seeing this all come together. I'm just.
So now I'm gonna put the butter in the pan. And I'm gonna slice the dill. And then chop the dill. side.
So now you can see the meat juices are running out. It's kind of better than it runs into the pan than onto your yogurt. But you can pour it over there if you like. That's entirely up to you.
So
I think
I'm
if I
gonna
was
put the
presenting the dish to you in a restaurant, of course I wouldn't, because I want it to look as made at home. Obviously at home. Definitely at home. I don't like wasting food, and I like things to be generous and look beautiful, but more importantly, taste delicious. So it's
I'm with you.
I'm packing meat in here, lovely.
Excellent.
Okay, now be careful. If you, like me, are using a metal pan and a non-stick, metal spoon in a non-stick pan, just use the bottom of it, which is the rounded bit, and then just here, scrape to the end, and then you're not damaging or making scratches in the pan. Okay, just mix it a little bit, and then liberal.
Let's add the melted butter.
Sweetness against the spice and that juicy meat when you bite into it. I always find these are really handy for soups and just like even sandwiches are piling in. And then got that lovely bit of dill. There we have it. We've got our
Wow.
Ali Nazik ready, which is spiced beef with labneh and a pul biber butter. We're done.
We're done. Well done. Right, let's get all of this together so we can see all this incredible.
We're done.
We're done. Well done.
And we're gonna
Let's
add
get all of this together so we can see all these
crispy
incredible pieces
shallots.
together. Let me lean over here and create some space. That's it. Let me take that for you. If you we pop that over here, I'll shimmy the chopping board out of the way.
Lovely, thank you.
Piling things up.
Beautiful.
Oh, I think I'm.
And
There we go.
for
Now
finale,
this
I'm
is
gonna add the
very
dill, yeah?
customarily how we would eat. Lots
Yeah.
of little dishes. It's not about having, 3 vats of everything. We just love lots of little flavors. You might
And
have some
here you
bread,
go.
You might push the bread
Our
through
beef.
something, or you kind of have a little bite of everything. Ultimately,
And our lovely okra and tamarind stew. Look at that. It's beautiful.
you can start off by plating the
So,
cod and the okra.
Look at that,
And
guys.
build the dish and then pour the sauce over it. So get the shape or whatever
Nice
you feel
now.
happy with presentation is done first.
And this one.
But you're right, you need to be quite delicate, don't you?
You do need to be quite delicate.
So guys, we've done 5 menus for our dinner. So we've got the Middle East dinner. Okay. So I'm gonna show you and tell you what's the name of the dishes. So the first one I prepared is the pistachios and rose petals pastry. So here you go. They look really delicious desserts. The next one is the green bean salad with tahini dressing, and preserved lemon. And the next one is the tomato and chickpea filled up with yogurt and crispy fried onion. And the fourth one is the cod and okra stew. And the other one is the alinasak fried beef with spices. Bon appetit, guys. Happy Mother's Day. Bon appetit. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Kain na tayo. Bon appetit. Loving this. Okra, beef, chickpea with crispy onions, and then the pistachios and red petals pastry, and this is the green pea salad. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. To all the mothers out there. Bon appetit! We're gonna eat now. Happy Mother's Day to me.
Happy Mother's Day.